Now we're going to look at functions when we're given a description of the function in words and we want to either write it with function notation or we want to take the function notation and write that or interpret that or translate that into words. So let's just go through up here. A lot of times you will see a function described with words, and I want to go through how to sort of break down or identify keywords and how that translates into function notation. So this says we're given a function p of q. Now you should already be thinking that I have this thing inside the parentheses as my input. So P of Q gives us the profit in thousands of dollars. So this word gives translates into the equal sign. So we have some function P of Q, and then we're going to define P as the profit. And it tells us what Q is the quantity of units sold. So here, again, we're just following the same principle we've used before when we use function notation. We have some function, we have an input, and then it gives us some output. So we have an input and an output. Here, we're told the function P of Q, okay, P of Q is equal to profit in thousands of dollars. And then it tells us what that Q value is. That's my input. So when I input the quantity of units sold, it gives me, or it's equal to, the profit in, don't forget that this says thousands of dollars. Thousands of dollars. All right, so let's break down what we have here. What is the input symbol? Well, again, the input is the thing inside the parentheses. So the symbol is Q, and what Q means is quantity of units sold. And then if I want to find the output, right, we've defined the output as P, profit. So we know that P is profit in thousands of dollars. Now, if I wanted to write this, right, I have here P of Q equals P. So I would have inputs of Q, quantity items sold, and outputs of P, profit in thousands of dollars. This would be writing it in as an ordered pair. This would be writing it in function notation. So now it says write a complete sentence to interpret this expression. So we're given P of 370 is equal to 19.5. All right, so the thing inside the parentheses is my input. We know that input is quantity sold. All right, and then we know my output is profit in thousands of dollars. So when I sell 370 items, it gives me a profit of $19,500. So need to pay attention to units when we're doing this. And remember, this is not $19.5 right here, this output, because profit is in thousands of dollars. So we need to make sure that we are paying attention to our units. So here, if I write this as a sentence contextually, when I sell 370 units, I have, that's that equal sign, or it gives me a profit of $19,500. So this 19.5, I need to multiply it by $1,000, 1,000 to get how many dollars? That's $19,500.